Chicago is a city of green, a city that safeguards its precious environment. Welcome to Chicago at Play.
Bats have gotten a bad rap over the years, and the Chicago Park District is looking to educate people about this animal and its importance to the environment.
The Bat House project was started this summer as a way to increase the amount of habitat for bats in the Chicago parks. We installed bat houses at parks with nature areas this summer.
I was really excited to hear that Washington Park was going to be receiving bat houses this year. It gives me the opportunity to teach the community more about bats, and it's going to be something unique for the community, something different for them to learn about.
Here at Washington Park, we've installed what's called a 4-chamber bat house. Inside the bat house, there are 4 chambers, each are about a ½ inch thick, where the bats can come, enter in, and roost there. Bats like really close, tight spaces, so this provides ample opportunity for them. So the bat house that we see today at Washington Park is mounted on a tree, but at Jarvis and also at Ronan Park, the bat houses are mounted on a 15-foot pole, and they're mounted back to back.
Bats are quite beneficial to the environment and therefore are welcome tenants in these new homes.
One bat can consume up to 3,000 insects per night, so they play a really important role in keeping insect populations in check, and that helps both in a natural setting and also even in an agricultural setting. They eat a lot of agricultural pests too, so helps farmers reduce the amount of pesticides or insecticides that they would need to use because the bats are kind of doing that job for us.
The Park District will also be implementing a bat monitoring program that will initially focus on determining whether or not the houses are inhabited. In the future, the Chicago Park District will identify which bats are calling Chicago home. Dedicated park stewards were asked by the Park District to help with this endeavor.
We have about 50 parks with dedicated nature areas, and about half of those parks currently have dedicated volunteer stewards that assist the Park District in maintaining and enhancing and improving these nature areas.
The Bat House program is pretty new, and I'm really excited about it because one thing it's going to do is to teach me more about bats, and also so that I can teach my community because I am part of the community here.
Our stewards have been instrumental already in educating people in their parks and at their work days and in their community about why bats are important, why the Park District is installing bat houses.
So I've had nature walks in Washington Park, and as we do walk around the nature areas, I do point out the bat houses and I explain a little bit about the bats to kind of put an end to some of the myth that people have about bats.
I think the most common myth about bats is that they do carry rabies and that you can be bitten by a bat. The chance that you would encounter a rabid dog is much greater than the chance that you would encounter a rabid bat.
One of my duties would be, if I'm out here at a certain time that bats are out, to kind of like, take a look at the bat house to see if I see any bat guano, if I see any bats itself around dust.
We're going to provide them with flashlights and binoculars so that they can take a look up into the chambers in the house and see if they see any bats actually roosting inside the house. So we're not really expecting to see habitation until next spring, and that's when we're going to kick off the monitoring program so that we know if the houses are effective or not.
For more information on volunteering for the Bat Monitoring Program, call 312-742-4072.
The Bat House program is another way that we're trying to expand our mission of being a very green city and providing spaces for nature and for wildlife to coexist in a very urban environment. And we also think it's a great way to connect with the community and to educate people about one of our native species.